Happy Wesley Wednesday. We are back with another episode of the Morning Tea, and we have such a thick and juicy docket. I saw in there that Wesley said that one of the requirements for Wesley Wednesday is for the docket to be real thick and juicy, and it is. So I hope you're all excited. Make sure you subscribe to our channel, tap the bell for notifications, give this video a thumbs up. I'm Devyn Howard, you guys, filling in for Madison for a little bit. You can find me on Instagram as @DevynHoward. Courtney.
That is me. Good morning, everyone. So good to see you guys. You all look excellent, iconic, and legendary as always. Before we get the show started, I just wanted to remind you guys that this is a very conversational show. It is a very opinionated show, from the moderators to the beautiful Tea Tribe members that support us every single day, Monday through Friday. So just want to remind everyone to please, I'm giving you flight attendant. Don't you love it, Devyn? I just want to remind everyone to please keep your eyes and ears focused on the show, not any other outside distractions, and let's have a good hour of fun and tea with you, Devyn, and me. Go ahead, hit it, girl.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much for saying that, Courtney. This show is all commentary. It is all opinion, and we just like to kind of like fangirl and fanboy over all of these celebrities with you. We like to dissect their drama. So let's keep the chat focused on that, you guys. I know we all miss Madison, but hopefully I can bring some of her same energy here to the morning tea. And today, let me fill you in on what we are going to be talking about. So 2 TikTok stars were arrested. We have a new video from Billie Eilish, and it is so powerful. We're also talking about Loughlin and Olivia Jade and what the latest news is with them. We're getting into Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez. They are officially Instagram official. I shouldn't have said officially to start that, but they are IG official, you guys. So that's exciting news for Ariana. She has her new man, and she is showing him off on social media. And then the Biebers, they are banding together, putting on a united front, and threatening legal action on a plastic surgeon. I cannot wait to fill you guys in on those details. We have some Courtney and Scott updates. We have some Khloe and Tristan updates, and we also have some Travis and a former girlfriend Rihanna update. Ooh, can't wait to get into that one. But first, Courtney, I want to know, how are you feeling today?
I'm doing good, Devyn. Can I tell you why?
Sure.
Let me flip my hair. Let me flip my hair for you, girl. I was very excited because one of my favorite shows is now finally available to stream. If you guys don't know, I'm very much a 90s. I live in the 90s. You know those dads that like live in the 70s with the fanny pack? I'm literally one of those dads that lives in the 90s, and in my mind, I have like a gold chain and like a Kangol hat. And so Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Devyn Howard, is finally available to stream on the HBO Max app, among all these other shows like Legendary. There's a show, I have like a Twitter mutual that's on that show. So many good things coming over at HBO Max, so I'm all about it. How are you, girl? What are you doing? What are you up to? How's your life, girl? How are you feeling? How's your soul? How are you, Devyn Howard?
I am so good, Courtney. I always feel really good when I get to hang out with you and with the Tea Tribe and talk about celebrity news. So I'm feeling really, really happy about that. So last night I was supposed to start that show that you mentioned, which now I'm blanking on the name. And since I couldn't remember the name, I was watching Selling Sunset, which if you guys haven't seen that on Netflix, if you like fancy ass real estate, you will like Selling Sunset. It's such a good show. But what was the name of that other one that you were recommending yesterday?
It was probably Queen Sono, girl. If you want to travel to Africa, girl. If you want to get your spy on, girl. Da-na-na-na. It's very that. Like, girl, the first episode, she's like evading the cops or the government or something, girl. She was running, girl. She had to switch outfits and everything. It was good.
I love
Sunset sounds like something I could be into, though.
Selling Sunset?
Yeah, that sounds like something I might be interested in. Does that one have the title sequence where it's like the girl in the bikini and she's getting out the pool real slow or something like that? I think I've been seeing that on Twitter. Like, people have been making fun of something involving that show in the intro, and there's like a woman with like a bikini or like really wet hair. She's like coming out of a pool or something. I know it's related to that show. I'll have to watch it and reconfirm with you on a different day.
I would not put it past this show to do something like that. It is very dramatic with the way it's filmed and edited, and even like just the storylines are super dramatic. But I like it because you get to see inside these $40 million homes in the Hollywood Hills, and that I live for that kind of thing. I'm obsessed with fancy real
That's
estate.
where I need to be.
What was that?
That's where I need to be, in the $40 million homes. I want to be next door to Kylie so I could spy on the farm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, oh, me too, for sure. So we're working our way up there. You know, we're making progress. We're one step at a time. That's what it's all about.
One step and one day, girl.
Yeah, and also we have a real estate story coming up for you later in the show today. So it's not a $40 million property that we'll be talking about, but it is $19 million, which is pocket change. But before we jump into the OMT, I just want to mention, I don't know if you guys have been staying up to date on this Jay Cutler, Kristen Cavallari divorce, but okay, so you have. So then I'm glad I brought this up. Okay, good, because it's quite dramatic. There's a lot going on here, but they're apparently only speaking to each other through their attorneys, and a source says that there is zero chance of reconciliation. They got divorced, as you all know, and they cited inappropriate marital conduct and irreconcilable differences as the reason. Jay's temper also played a big role. He was apparently very mean to Kristen and would embarrass her, so now they are no longer even on speaking terms, which is just crazy. Do you have any thoughts on this, Courtney?
The temper part, I don't remember hearing before, but that's very interesting. I was kind of wondering when we had discussed this is a huge couples therapy story that we were following, Devyn. I was wondering why they wouldn't talk to each other, and also why they had it put in their divorce paperwork that like the other couldn't publicly smear or say anything negative about the other. And it's interesting that Kristen immediately canceled her show. Like, she left the Very Cavallari show once the divorce started to proceed. So it's very interesting. I'm kind of curious as to what's really going on there, because we've got temper. They were stranded on the island together. She can't go and buy a house. Like, he was like stopping her bag with buying the house. A lot of stuff going on there, Devyn, but I'm gonna keep my eye and my magnifying glass on that.
Yeah, me too. It's getting messy. It's getting really messy. There seems to be a lot going on there. It's not a huge story. I just wanted to fill you in on that latest update that I read right before we went live here. So let's jump into the first OMT story. This is about TikTok stars. Okay, so two TikTok sensations. Oh wait, we gotta do the toast.
Oh, I got you. Oh, you woke up like this? Devyn Howard, she woke up like this? Yes, Devyn.
It took an hour to get ready this morning, you guys. This is not natural at all. Okay.
Well, girl, you look put together, girl. Come on, cheers.
Cheers. Please don't mind the spilled coffee on this cup.
Girl, that's fine. We all got a little lip dribbles around down the front, girl. That's fine. That's natural, girl.
Oh God. Okay. So the first news story, all about these two TikTok sensations, Bryce Hall and Jaden Hossler. So I have to admit, I was not familiar with them by name when this headline came out, although I have heard of the Sway House. I don't have any opinion about the Sway House at all. I have to just admit to that. But these two TikTok stars, they were arrested on Monday in Texas. As I mentioned, they're both members of the Sway House, which is like another kind of Team 10 type thing. So they were handcuffed and taken into the police station for possession of marijuana and a controlled substance. They both posted their own bail, and they were back online doing their thing, posting on social media before the day was over. So Bryce was charged with possession of marijuana, less than 2 ounces, which is considered a misdemeanor. His bail was set at $5,000. And then Jaden was arrested with possession of marijuana greater than 2 ounces, as well as possession of a controlled substance of less than 400 grams, which is a felony. And he posted his own $6,500 bail. They are two of the most popular personalities on TikTok. They have close to 13 million followers. And I just think it's funny because when they said that they were going on this road trip across across the country. They got a ton of negative attention for deciding to take a road trip in the middle of a pandemic. I know that some states are open, so they really can't be blamed, I guess, for visiting those states, but people were just like pretty negative about the whole thing. And then while they're out there, they get arrested for possession of marijuana, which is funny because here in California, that's not even a crime.
Yeah, I was going to say, Devyn, where were they snatched up at? I missed that part. Where was they snatched up at?
In Texas, which is, they haven't legalized marijuana yet.
Girl, they didn't just get snatched up, girl. They pulled the lasso out, girl. Woo, 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 woo. Pulled them on into the saloon jail, girl. Y'all out here playing. Now, Devyn, there's nothing wrong with cannabis and recreational use and medicinal use, but you just have to do it someplace where it's legal. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense for y'all, one, like you said, to be on a road trip in the middle of the world, literally having the biggest sneeze of all time. And then two, you gonna roll out with a car full of cannabis, and now you deserve to be locked up. Well, they're fine because they're TikTok stars. So, girl, $6,500, girl, that's pennies in the bank, girl. All they gotta do is do one of these little sway to the left, to the right, girl, and that's $50,000 back in the bank. Yeah, hit it, girl. Hit the wall, girl. Hit the wall, girl. Whoa, Devyn. Whoa, girl. That's all they gotta do, and they get $50,000 in the bank, and here we are. I will say this: I don't want to see a TV show about any of them. Devyn, these companies think that they're very smart by producing these shows around the families of TikTok stars. No shade to Charlie D'Amelio. Oh, thank God I got her name right. I think that's the first time I ever said that out loud. And although she's great and she's iconic and she's like, leave my body alone, I feel like people don't realize that it's just like easy way to get views. Like, it doesn't cost a lot to produce, a little camera to follow Charlie around doing the whoa, this, that, and the third, fake tear, little vape stick. And then, everybody watches because all we know about Charlie is she sways her hips from left to right for a minute, and that's it. Girl, TikTok is corny to me. I support y'all that are on it, and I love all the funny things you do. There are really good things that come out of TikTok, but the overall platform to me, it reminds me of wanting to be like Vine, and I feel like there was an authenticity that's missing with TikTok.
I totally feel that, and I want to get back into this conversation, but first I realized we missed a super chat from Mika, so is it time? I'm going to count us in, but you're going to do the singing, Courtney, okay?
You got it. No worries, girl.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Miss Mika, nice to meet ya. Miss Mika, she on fleeka. Miss Mika, she loves the tia, and we see ya. Miss Mika, go Mika, go Mika, go Mika. Happy Wednesday to Mika. Hey Meeks, happy Wednesday.
Thank you so much, Mika. Always such a loyal T-Tribe member. We love you. Thank you so much for that. Okay, so now back into TikTok really quickly. I actually enjoy looking at TikTok whenever I log on and I see what they're suggesting to me. It is such a time suck, but also there is some of the most cringy content in the world on TikTok. Like these guys who are trying to be all like sexy and like biting their lip and like taking their shirt off. I send these videos to my mom and I'm like, oh my gosh, this hurts. I can't do it. We laugh about it.
I'm like, y'all need an acting class. Y'all need chapstick, some of y'all. And y'all need to come up with better content. I mean, it's great for the time, but like once you hit like 21, then what? You know what I mean? Y'all switch into doing what? Do y'all have talent? Some of them can get away with it, but not everyone is Santa Mojo, Devyn Howard.
That's true. That's true. It's a very interesting platform. We'll have to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, wanted to fill you all in on the fact that these two TikTok stars got arrested. They're living the bad boy life. And, they went right back to their old ways and right to posting on TikTok after spending some time behind bars. Anyway, let's move on into the next story, you guys. This one is all about Billie Eilish. Let us know if you are a Billie Eilish stan in the chat. I know I absolutely love her. Courtney, does she have an emoji?
I would say Billie Eilish's emoji is the one singular eye emoji because Billie Eilish her eyes are so intense, and also, no shade because I love her, people call her Billie Eyelash. So one singular eye, y'all know which one. It's the one big eye. That's the Billie Eilish emoji. So put them in the chat if you love her hauntingly beautiful voice.
Yes, oh, I do love her hauntingly beautiful voice. And now she's actually just released a hauntingly beautiful video that basically says, screw you to all of the body shamers. She is letting the public know that it is not her responsibility what people think of her. So in this short film, it was something that she shared when she was actually on tour, but now it's available for everybody to see on YouTube. She talks about, in a way that it's kind of like spoken word, she talks about the judgment that she faces from the public about the way she chooses to dress and the way people view her body. It's super powerful. We have a really short clip to show you here, but you guys should check out the whole video later. But Leo, can you hit it?
Ooh.
Though you've never seen my body, you still judge it and judge me for it. Why?
Okay.
Wow.
So that's how like the whole thing is. It's just about her talking about, you know, should I be softer? Should my waist be smaller? Are my shoulders offensive or whatever? And I think that this is something that's super important, especially because a lot of her audience is teen girls. And I know that everyone, but especially young girls, I think, face a lot of like judgment and pressure to look a certain way. And I think that it's important to have somebody like Billie, who's in the public eye, who has this huge platform and huge audience, and she's so talented and successful, talking about how, you know, it's not our responsibility what other people think of us. And if they want to judge us, that's their own problem. So I was living for this. I loved it.
I'm glad that she put it out, Devyn, because not everyone obviously was able to attend the tour, and then the tour got canceled. So many people didn't have the chance to see it. So I'm glad that she put it out as just its own standalone sort of message and statement. You know, there are so many young girls, like I've physically seen when I go to these YouTube events, that they dress exactly like her. So if Billie Eilish is your idol and these are the kinds of morals and messages that she's sharing with her audience, I'm all for it. Mom Tribe, if you were like, oh my God, I don't know, Billie Eilish is giving me Addams Family, she's a little spooky. Her messages are positive, and I feel like she's still enjoying just being a young person. I feel like she's not in a rush to grow up, and that's something also for me that's appealing to her, is that it comes across very genuine. She's not trying to like be a sex pot, you know? Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with that, but if it's not for you, it's not for you.
Right. And I think it's also great that we have these idols for young women who embody all different types of femininity. We have Billie Eilish, who is not focused on wearing like frilly dresses, and we have Ariana Grande, who just totally embraces her womanhood. So I think it's good that we have people who kind of run the gamut here. And I also love what you said about adults like thinking that she's spooky, but in reality, her message is so empowering. She's like such a pure person, and I love her. Like, this makes me love her so much more.
Same. Shout out to her. And she's talented.
Yeah. She's so talented, so talented. Okay, so let's move into our third OMT story, you guys. This one's all about Lori Loughlin and Massimo. So the mom of two is set to be officially sentenced along with her husband on August 21st. She'll be spending 2 months in prison, paying a $150,000 fine. She'll serve 2 years of supervised release and do 100 hours of community service. So Massimo actually kind of got the long end of the stick here. He's going to serve 5 months in prison, pay a $250,000 fine, serve 2 years of supervised release, and complete 250 hours of community service. So a source says that they are already just longing for the day when they can put this nightmare behind them. I honestly don't see them ever being able to fully move past it. I think this has kind of tarnished their name and reputation for good. But they are looking forward to the day when they can just kind of be a little bit more normal. But here's the thing. The parents are actually hoping that they can serve their sentences at different times. The source said, quote, even though their daughters are adults, Lori wants one parent to be free to provide emotional support to the girls. Lori's concern all along has been Isabella and Olivia Jade. Now, obviously what Lori and Massimo did was super wrong, but I understand where they're coming from here. I think it would be hard on Olivia Jade and Isabella to have both of their parents locked up behind bars, but also serving different prison sentences just, elongates the time that they're going to have one parent who's incarcerated. It's I don't know what the best option here is, but do you think that the judge is going to grant their wish?
Maybe. Well, I'll say this, Devyn. um, First of all, I think it's a joke that she's getting such a light sentence to begin with. I think at the least of it all, Massimo needs to be going to prison for 2 years and Lori needs to go for at least 1.5. You mean to tell me Devyn and also T Tribe, Mom Tribe, those of y'all that have children, what have you, that I'm supposed to sit up here and feel sorry that Lori Loughlin made her privileged, rich, expletive decision to scam her daughter's way into college, and I'm supposed to feel like boo-hoo for 8 weeks? They can't handle being alone without either of their parents, and they're both filthy rich. Wow, Devyn, I wish I could care, but I simply can't find a meow to give, to be honest. I don't care. They need to go away for longer, and I'll say it once and I'll say it again because I know it gets under people's skin and it rattles them and they get upset. If it were a black actress, a prestiged black actress, her career would be over, Devyn, and she would be going after that. You were like,
okay.
Oh God, are we live right now or no?
Now we are.
Okay.
Now we're live, now we're live, now we're live, we're back at 5. Hey, 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 T-Tribe. Hey, 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 T-Tribe. So basically, Lori Loughlin only got a little bit of time, Devyn, because she's white, and if it were a black family, they would be going to jail for 50 million years. That was the point I was trying to make.
I loved that point. You are absolutely right. There are people, especially people of color, who have been in jail for possession of marijuana, like we were just talking about, and they have been there for years and years and years and years and years, even though weed is legal in a lot of states. So if those people are still behind bars, this seems a little weird with Lori Loughlin. But you guys, since we lost a bit of time there, I'm going to move on into couples therapy because I want to fill you in on Ariana Grande and Dalton Gomez. So, okay, first of all, Ariana and Lady Gaga transformed into weather girls for this really cute new video promoting Rain on Me. They shared their video, the video on their Instagram accounts, and both are standing under umbrellas while it rains. It's kind of like a quirky little, silly video. It shows off their adorable friendship and also Ariana's new man. So, Leo, can you throw that clip up there for us?
Yes, bring on the rain. We are more ready than ever to work together.
It'll be raining all summer, but we'll surely be dancing as it does.
We're soaking wet, but hopeful and broadly positive.
Back to you.
Back to you in the studio.
I love them.
Back to you, effer.
They're fun, and they're fun together. It was a friendship that I never realized that we needed. And Rain on Me, that really gets my spirit going. I was pouring my coffee this morning, Devyn, and you would have thought I was in church. The way I was stomping around this house, I was banging on the wall. Why don't you rain on me? Rain on me. Except it's the remix, so it's Rain on C, because I'm C.
I love that. The song is really, really good. But also, just in case you guys didn't notice, the guy pouring the water on Ariana, that was Dalton. Were you guys paying attention? Because I might have Leo roll the clip again just as B-roll for us if he can, just so you guys can really take a good hard look. Because he is standing there. He is raining on Ariana. There, see him in the corner?
You see him raining, y'all? He's raining on her.
He is raining on Ariana. And then she also shared a still from the music video with him in it, and she did the heart eyes emoji and the crying emoji, which was basically his debut on Instagram. And looks like they're Instagram official. What do you think about this couple, Court? Do you like them?
I like them because he's nobody that we know. I also enjoyed the fact that Ariana didn't just like we know that it started as like he was a random person in a bar like over on my side of town, and we were like, oh, well, who's this mystery man? And now we know it's him. So I'm happy for her because I feel like Ariana has been through a lot and she deserves, just like everyone else, to love and be loved. So girl, if that's your man, if that's who you quarantined with, if that's your quarantine bae, girl, what else can we say except, yay, girl. Mm-hmm.
I like them together. Ariana has done the one thing that we keep telling all these celebrities: date a normal person. This guy's like a real estate agent. He might be a big wig in the real estate world, but he's not a celebrity, which I think is important, especially after she had such a highly publicized romance and breakup with Mac Miller, highly publicized engagement to Pete Davidson. Ariana, I think, does well with somebody who's just a little bit more normal.
Yeah.
I'm going to move into our next story about two celebrities who are married and who are together and who do like to share their... Hear me? Because I look frozen.
Oh, I can hear you, girl. I can hear your voice, girl. I can hear it, girl. Where you at, girl? Where you at, girl? I can hear your voice, girl.
Oh, hey!
I can hear you, Devyn Howard. Rebecca said, keep talking, Devyn, because we can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, you're not frozen.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, so Hailey and Justin Bieber, the married couple of the last... year, the married couple of the year, I don't know. They're forming a united front and they are threatening legal action against a plastic surgeon in Beverly Hills. They actually issued a cease and desist letter to him. So here is the drama, you guys, the tea. Dr. Daniel Barrett is popular on TikTok for posting videos about celebrities and the potential procedures they've had done. Recently, he shared a video about Hailey Bieber. In it, he talks about how she's likely had a nose job, a chin implant, tightening procedure, lip filler, other cosmetic enhancements. Watch the video here. Leo, can you throw it up there?
Well, I tell you what I think. I think it's physically impossible without getting a little bit of help from someone like myself to go from this picture to that picture, and I'll tell you why. Check out the position of the nose, the dorsum, how refined it is in 2016, and how much smaller the tip is from 2011 to 2016. That doesn't happen from puberty or growing. In addition to the rhinoplasty, I think she's...
So, cosmetic surgeries are obviously not uncommon among even regular people in A, but especially among celebrities. Although I think Hailey is just not thrilled that her face is being used to promote this guy's surgery clinic. And so they decided to lawyer up. They slapped the surgeon with a cease and desist letter, and they ordered him to stop making slanderous, untrue comments about Hailey's face. Dr. Barrett spoke with E! News and said he never meant to disparage Hailey, and he uses his platform just to increase transparency about plastic surgery. So far, that TikTok video is still up there, so he is not following orders. What do you think about this? Are the Biebers overreacting?
Devyn, let me tell you something. And it's something that maybe when I was younger, I didn't understand the true soul of this statement. But when Devyn, a hit dog will holler every single time. This doctor didn't say she did. She did have these things, and she came to my office, and here's the paperwork that she signed, and here's pictures of me cutting into her face. He said, it's likely. Also, science shows us that puberty would have done XYZ. So it is likely that perhaps that maybe she bought a chin. Like, you get what I'm saying? Maybe, perhaps, she wanted to bring in the jaw a little bit, and there's nothing wrong with that. She has the money to do that. Now, I know that some people would be getting their, well, not would be, they did get their pennies in a wad because I was making fun of Khloe and her Facetune fail yesterday. However, if you've watched the show long enough, Devyn, you would know that I am all for using whatever you want to spend your money on to spend that money. If it's going to make you feel good, then feel good. And I feel like if Hailey owned it, then it wouldn't even be a big deal. If she wouldn't have even said anything, it would not have brought light to the TikTok in the first place. And now this man is going to go on to make even more money. Similar situations. Devyn, I'll even say this without even saying the full. I'm currently living through that situation right now. Sometimes you come for people when you have a big platform and you don't realize that what you're trying to do is get them harmed, but what you're doing is shining a light so that others can take note. Oh, Well, why does this person have this celebrity in such a tizzy? Why does this surgeon have Hailey so up in arms? Maybe she did have something done. Maybe there is some truth. So you have to be careful with how you use your platform, whether it's to draw negative attention that could turn into positive, or to give positive attention that could stay positive. Either way, I wish that she would have ignored it, because now we all believe that you had the surgery anyway.
That's exactly what I was thinking. The fact that she is getting so up in arms about this and they're actually taking legal action against this plastic surgeon just makes me think that they don't want it out there, you know, that she actually did have these cosmetic procedures done. And if she did, more power to her. I'm such a proponent of plastic surgery if it makes you feel better. Any sort of cosmetic enhancement, it doesn't matter. It's your body. It's your life. Do whatever you want. Hailey looks amazing. All these other women, they look gorgeous. They'd look gorgeous without whatever they had done. But it's like nobody cares anymore. It is so commonplace here in LA. And so to get so offended and to get so like angered by it just seems weird. And also we've been hearing about Hailey kind of doing this thing over and over again, calling out edited photos of herself, denying any plastic surgery. Like, just stop talking about it and people are going to forget about it. I didn't even know this video was posted until I heard about this news story. So that's the whole problem with the whole thing.
It's like, Devyn, it's like 10, 12 years ago, today, Hailey reminds me of, don't talk about the plastic surgery that I haven't done. It's the same way when celebrities used to literally be photographed by the paparazzi back in the day, and then they would go, stop, those are not real photos. Ma'am, we literally have you getting out of this vehicle. Like, it's a real photo. It's not Photoshop. So, like, I get it. It's almost like fighting a losing battle. I wish she would just go on and continue to be a celebrity. Like, girl, you're still rich. You still could have whatever you want. I wish that she would find the self-love so that she could learn to ignore these things.
Exactly. Okay, you guys, let's get into Car Jenner tea time. Courtney, we need those vocals.
Car Jenner tea time!
Did you guys like the new graphic that we have? It looks kind of cute, doesn't it? I wonder if anyone noticed. Let us know.
Was it cute?
It looked real cute. So like I mentioned before, when I was talking about how I was watching Selling Sunset as I was doing my makeup this morning, we have a palatial property in Calabasas to talk about today. It is the home of Khloe Kardashian. So she may be ready to find a new Calabasas crib, but it has to come from the right buyer. So she purchased the home back in 2013. She bought it off of Justin Bieber, and then she renovated all 11,000 square feet of the place. Now she'd be willing to part ways if someone pays her asking price, which sits just under $19 million. So, you know, a really affordable place. It's prime real estate in a gated community down the street from Courtney, and it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from Kris Jenner's house. So here's what I'm thinking, though, and tell me if you think I'm crazy, Courtney. The house has not been listed for sale yet, but she's open to people, you know, making offers and giving her that $19 million. And is the reason she's ready to let go of the mansion because she wants to build a new love nest that can just belong to her and Tristan and True? Do you think that that's a possibility?
I hope not, Devyn, but I would not be surprised. I would love it if Khloe would move somewhere that Tristan don't have the key or the access to, and she could just meet True down at the gate. Go on, girl, have a good weekend with your daddy, and come back on Monday. You know what I mean? I know that at this point it's inevitable that they're, in my opinion, speculation, not confirmation, they're already back together, but I'm still going to fight it because I don't want Khloe to be a clown, even though it's very clear that she's very ready to clown around with us for her coin. I hope not, Devyn. I really hope not.
But can't you kind of see this happening? I mean, why else would she, in the middle of a pandemic, want to get rid of this place? You know, like, what's she going to do? Tell Tristan to get his own condo while she buys another gorgeous property in Calabasas? She
getting a big property so Tristan can have his own wing. So when she so for when he does cheat again, she don't even got to put him out. Go to your wing. I'm sleeping in this wing alone. Come on, True. You know what I mean?
Or better yet, maybe she would get a property that has a guest house that's like an acre away, so she could just order him into the guest house, and then she could just be in the main house with her daughter.
Is that worth it, Devyn? As a woman, is that worth it? What kind of 25% love is that? That's not even a quarter's worth of love, because quarters are good, girl. You put the quarters in the gumball machine, girl, you get the gumball out. That's like a 15-cent love. How is Khloe going to sleep every single night? How does Khloe raise a daughter, a strong, independent woman, knowing what she is willing to accept? You know, you only accept the love that you think you deserve, right? So if this is what Khloe feels like she deserves, this kind of situation, because it's not a relationship from the outside looking in, it very much is giving me circus. So if that's what she wants, I guess, if she likes it, I love it. But it just seems erratic to me. It doesn't make sense. And girl, all I can do is wish her the best, even though I know the worst will happen.
Right. Well, you know, this is all just my like conjecture. This is just speculation. I have no idea if she is going to be getting a new house with Tristan or building a dream home with him or whatever it is. I just think that the timing is quite interesting to suddenly be open to offers on this home where she's been raising True. And since we are speculating that she and Tristan are back together, it seems like the logical next step for them as a couple, as much as I hate to say it, would be to find the home that they select together. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't been able to understand Khloe and her actions and what she's been doing this whole time. I think Khloe would be so much better off just keeping that co-parenting relationship with Tristan, keeping him at arm's length, not quarantining with him. But girl's gonna do what she's gonna do. What can we even say about it? At some point, I feel like we're just gonna have to sit back and be like, all right, we support you and hope you don't get your heart broken again.
You know who's the best out of this entire situation? And girl, Devyn, when I say shout out to her, I mean shout out to her. We really have to take a moment and just thank Jordan Craig, because Jordan Craig got involved with Tristan, had her child, made sure to get her child support, and now she can live her best influencer life. And I love that for her. She minds her own business, and I really appreciate that. Let me see. We just got a super chat from Night Runner. This lady just utilized telehealth. Stay safe, T-Tribe. Well, shout out to Tillamook. Shout out to you. Thank you for utilizing telehealth. And stay healthy, T-Tribe. Please continue to wash your hands.
I thought that she was talking, or Night Runner here, she was talking about Khloe using telehealth. I was like, when did she use that? Anyway, thank you so much, Night Runner.
Thank you so much, Tillamook Queen.
Okay, well, let's move past all of this. Oh, you know what? I realized I skipped a whole story, you guys. I'm so sorry. We have to talk about Courtney Kardashian and Scott Disick. I was just getting so excited. So Leo, we are going back to that first Kar Jenner tea time story. So yesterday was Scott's birthday. We talked about on the morning tea, and we saw that he celebrated with Courtney and the kids on a trip to Utah. A source actually spoke with E! News and said that the former couple had a relaxing weekend and they loved the change of scenery. They said, quote, there was nobody around and they felt like they had it all to themselves. The source also said, quote, Scott is doing a lot better and is focused on healing. Courtney has really been there for him since his rehab exit. E! also reports that Scott and Sophia are still in touch, but they're not seeing each other, although I did notice that Sophia did not wish him a happy birthday, which kind of fueled those breakup rumors even more. But here's my thing. So yesterday I was saying that I think Courtney and Scott are back together, or at least on their way back together. But now I'm actually kind of wondering and thinking a little bit differently. I don't necessarily feel like Scott is dating anybody. I think that he is actually really trying to be focused on his well-being and his mental health and his, you know, just everything, taking care of himself and not trying to form or have a relationship with Sophia or Courtney or anybody else. And I think that he and Courtney are still just doing a great job, as they almost always have, at co-parenting these kids. And that trip this weekend was just an example of that. But what do you think about all of this? Are you surprised Sophia didn't wish him a happy birthday?
We're not really, well, I guess to answer your question, I guess not really, just because we're not exactly sure how their split happened, or like what was said or how it went down. I want to ask you, Devyn, do you believe that Scott and Courtney are life partners in the non-romantic sense. So what I mean by that is perhaps Scott and Courtney know that they're always going to be in each other's lives because of the children, right? There won't ever be a full-on relationship, but Courtney and Scott may have the understanding that if an emergency situation happens with the kids, if Scott slips a little bit with his sobriety, they would be the person that the other would call. Maybe they have that agreement. And I don't mind that situation at all, as long as either of them can still be happy in their own separate relationships. I don't think that there's anything wrong with having a person to call, a person to always lean on. You know what I mean? Knowing that a person will always have your best interest. How do you feel about that? Also, same question, T-Tribe.
Yeah, so I actually feel the same way. And if I remember correctly, there was that one episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where Courtney spoke with like a palm reader or a psychic, and they said that Scott was her soulmate or something like that. And I think that that's absolutely true. And although I do see them at some point getting romantically involved again, if they never do, I think they've mastered this kind of life partner thing that's purely platonic and purely for the kids. But I think Scott is just so much a part of the Jenner family now. Chris loves him. Kim loves him. Everybody loves him. He's just so ingrained in their family. So it would be impossible for him to separate and exist on his own, like as an isolated entity from now on, you know? And I think they've proven that as two adults, they're able to have relationships with other people, but still keep things civil and even like loving in an appropriate way between the two of them.
I'm laughing at Wesley. Wesley said Scott could be dating me, but he loves the sloth. And you know what, Wesley? That's no shade to Courtney, but I very much feel like she gives off that kind of sloth energy. And you know what? Sloths can be kind of cuddly, and maybe that's why Scott can't seem to let her go. Nothing wrong with that.
Honestly, that sloth energy is the most accurate depiction or description of Courtney I've ever heard. Okay, you guys. Let's move on into the final news story today. So this one, I don't know what to think of it. I don't believe it. Okay, here's the gist. A former editor for Complex has come out and said that he was the one who leaked Travis's previous romance with Rihanna. So the two reportedly dated back in 2015. This was news to me. I don't know if this was common knowledge for everybody else, but I found out about Travis and Rihanna literally this morning. Did you know about this?
The first time and y'all please don't judge me or laugh at me, the first time I ever heard Travis Scott's name was when it was linked to Rihanna's years ago. And I was like, who is that? And I remember people being like, oh, he's an artist, he's a producer, and this, that, and the third. I believe people at the time were saying, oh, he's giving beats to Ree for Anti. And I think that was like around the first time I ever even heard his name. And then all of a sudden, you know how like there's like an artist and it has like an aggressive fandom and you're just like not part of it. I had a manager when I was working at Panera that was like all about Travis Scott and like Tory Lanez, and I had no idea. And then I started working here, and now I know everything about Travis Scott, even listen to his music from time to time. So shout out to Hollyscoop, or else I wouldn't even, girl, outside of the SZA song, who was Travis Scott to me at the time. But now I'm a fan of the Robot Man. Shout out to him.
Okay, so you actually deserve more credit than I do, because the first time I heard about Travis Scott was in connection with Kylie Jenner. That was literally the only time I'd ever even heard of him. I heard his name. I was like, who is this guy? So, yeah, I'm just going to put that out there. I had no idea. I'm sorry. I'm not the person.
Hey, at least you're honest.
Yeah, and that was a while ago, and now I know everything about Travis, like you, Courtney. So, but this Rihanna news, this is new to me. So basically, Travis was head over heels for Rihanna. He called her his muse. He said she was so inspiring, but they wanted their relationship to remain a secret. And it wasn't because Travis was sitting there being like, I don't want people to know I'm dating Rihanna. It was because Rihanna was saying, I don't want people to know I'm dating Travis. That is so embarrassing. So that is, according to this Complex editor, who is the one that leaked their whole romance, Rihanna was super mortified to be in a relationship with Travis Scott, which I don't understand, because based on what I'm reading about this, Travis worshipped Rihanna. He thought that she was so amazing. You know, he, like I said, she was his muse. So I don't understand how it would be embarrassing to be dating somebody who's talented like Travis is and who, just adores you like Travis did. But what do you think about this? Are you surprised by this?
Private adoration could turn into public smothering. And a bad chick like Rihanna, especially at that time, she didn't need it for her image. So I get it. I understand it, and it doesn't make it right. Because I feel like if you're dating someone, doesn't matter who you are, you shouldn't be embarrassed. But it just seems to be that, I'm hearing, she was his muse. He worshipped her. Who knows how that could have read in the public eye. Just think back to, I don't know if you guys can recall, there was a moment Rihanna had on an award show with Drake. And Drake had said something like, I've been in love with Rihanna since blah, 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 blah. And y'all, from that day on, we ain't never see Rihanna and Drake like that together ever again. So I wonder if Rihanna is just the kind of woman that is like, yeah, I want you to love me. I want you to worship me, but I don't want you to smother me publicly. One, because I don't like it. And two, it doesn't really do that much for my image. I wonder.
I think you hit the nail on the head with that one. Rihanna is the embodiment of an independent woman. She is powerful. She is so badass. So that actually is a really awesome perspective and one that I didn't consider, because I think that she is the type of person who would not want somebody sitting there being like, I'm obsessed with you, like bow down. And it does sound like Travis was doing that. It sounds like Travis was sitting there just like gushing about her to these editors and to these people behind the scenes. And Rihanna was probably like, bro, stop.
She's like, I'm good.
Yeah. She needs somebody who's like just as confident and just as independent as she is, I think.
I wonder why this Complex editor is coming out now talking about this. It's been how many years? It's like 5 years. Why are you talking about this now?
I know. It's so weird. I don't understand it either. But he's not with Complex anymore. So maybe, I don't know. I should have looked into that. But maybe he like left the company and I don't know. But luckily,
girl, Travis, I need some clout and it's time to talk.
Yeah, it's like what all those, have you ever noticed, maybe you haven't, but former BuzzFeed employees always go out and create their Why I Left BuzzFeed.
Oh, girl, those are my favorites. I don't watch them all, girl. Especially, you watch those videos and you're like, wow, they've done a lot. And then they go on to do their own thing. Maybe he was trying to have like a launch pad moment, but it doesn't really seem like that was the right way to do it. Not using Rihanna and Travis Scott. Girl.
Yeah, those are not the right people to mess with here. But anyway, Travis was able to, form a good relationship with Kylie. They have Stormy together. I guess Kylie doesn't mind having somebody who worships the ground she walks upon. I think that's what our girl Kylie deserves. I think, as you guys know, T-Tribe, if you've been watching, you know that I think Kylie and Travis have never broken up. I think they've always stayed together. I think that any headlines about their split was just a way to get PR and to get people talking. But that's just me. But I think they're doing fine.
I think it's interesting, Devyn, that looking at it from a far away point, Travis was with Rihanna and then Kylie went and did her lip thing. And now we have Rihanna, who's like her direct competitor with the beauty stuff. And she's blowing her out the water in my mind, in my opinion. I don't know the numbers, but in my mind, culturally, Rihanna is blowing Kylie out of the water. So how interesting is that? Travis literally dated these two competitors in the beauty industry. Will we get Jenner Savage next? Is Kylie going to come out with Kylie Lingerie next? Who knows, girl? Because we've got Savage Fenty over here. Rihanna getting all the girls. What's Kylie going to do? Because I don't really care about seeing Stassi in no lingerie, to be honest. You better give me someone I care about. Rihanna only chooses girls I care about. Now, Kylie, who you care about that I care about?
That's actually such a good point. I love Rihanna's music. I don't necessarily follow her personal life that much as I do Kylie, just because Kylie's personal life is a spectacle on television and social media. But I will say, the only cosmetic that I have such a bad echo right now, but I use the Fenty highlighter and the Fenty bronzer. I just realized I forgot to put my highlighter on this morning, so don't judge me. I normally look a lot more glowy, thanks to Riri, but I use the Fenty highlighter and it's amazing.
Well, Devyn, I wonder what would happen at an award show outside of this crisis of Travis Scott, Rihanna, and Kylie Jenner, like the VMAs. I feel like that's the appropriate kind of area, the VMAs. And they put them all in one row. Travis Scott, Kylie, Rihanna, and whoever else. Tyga, put Tyga next to her. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's what they need to do. They need to put me in charge of the award show seats because, girl, I would get the mess started, girl. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I know. We could count on you to get some good seating arrangements going. So we have stuff to talk about on Hollyscoop. But you guys, that wraps up our show for today. So that's the end of our morning tea. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We are going to be back spilling more tea, talking about all your favorite celebrities. Don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell, give this video a thumbs up, leave a comment below, share it with your friends. And join us again tomorrow. Wash those hands. Stay healthy. Any final words, Courtney?
My final words for today. Thank you for joining us for the morning tea. It's been an awesome opportunity to spill with you guys. Like Devyn said, follow us, do all of the amazing things. Follow us on social media. She is Devyn Howard. I am Courtney Revolution. And also be sure to follow me on my own personal YouTube channel. And until tomorrow, we will see you for Thick Thursday. And wash your hands, Leo. We'll see you the next time. Wash your hands, Leo. You better wash your hands. It's in the man. You better wash your hands, Miss Ma'am. Wash your hands, it's in the man. You better wash your hands. Wash your hands, it's in the man. Hey. Yes. Oh, the screen is black. Yes, y'all. Oh, y'all did that.